Chapter 38. Ron Burns headed to Ashley's room. His laundry cart squeaked noisily down the fluorescent-lit hallway. One wheel kept spinning out on it, slowing him down. The damn hospital had not fulfilled his request for a new cart. He rubbed his forehead, trying to alleviate his dull headache. The work he did here was unrewarding and unappreciated. Everyone else seemed to be so much more important than him. Sheets needed washing, bathrooms needed cleaning, trash needed disposing, floors needed scrubbing. People would notice the value of his work if he didn't do it. Then they would appreciate him. As he neared the girl's room, he noticed his heart accelerating and the cart picking up speed. She affected him so profoundly. Her unvoiced call to him was excruciating. He paused by the open doorway. Ashley was hooked up to the IV drip and deeply asleep, so peaceful. He watched her slow breaths raise and lower her endowed chest. Raise and lower, raise and lower, raise and lower. There was something primal about it, something intensely arousing. He could feel himself harden in his brown work pants. During his 22 years of life, he had molested several girls, but none so beautiful as Ashley. Only 14-year-old, with clear, perfectly tanned skin, probably a result of mixed races, perhaps part Hispanic, part Asian, and part Caucasian. A wonderful melody of genes, taking the best and strongest from each race. Her face was sweet and her body curved in all the right places. According to her history, she had been in track and played soccer before coming to the hospital. Both sports were excellent, aerobatic activities that had sculpted her legs perfectly. The time she spent in the hospital had not atrophied her shape. Staff kept subjects healthy through stimulating each muscle group through small electrical currents. They kept subjects clean through daily sponge baths. He wished he were responsible for that chore. He had visited Ashley's room whenever he had the opportunity since the beginning of her stay 3 weeks ago. Basking in her beauty had become an essential nightly ritual for him. Ron had grown close to her. 2 nights ago he lay beside her, smelled her hair, and caressed her arms, neck, and face. But tonight he was planning to go further. He had brought 4 condoms for this occasion. When staff was at a minimum, busy with paperwork, he would enter her room and close the door, locking it behind him. He would do things he had only dreamed before. He would have her all to himself. Because she was unconscious, he could take his time, savoring each part of her magnificence. Tina was cute too, but not as beautiful or developed as Ashley. The girls had somehow escaped from the induced dream state earlier. Malik would surely increase security tomorrow. This would make Ron's escapades into her room too risky. Tonight would be his last shift alone with her. Ron took 2 steps into the room. Ashley's fragrance was spattered everywhere here. Its witchery transformed his drab work into vibrant colors. Becoming intoxicated from her smell, he was drawn to her bed. There he pulled back the corner of her covers and stared at her naked right foot. He touched the velvet soft skin, savoring its warmth. He held it firmly and noticed its toned muscles. Abruptly he was overcome with emotion to tightly seize her ankle. She made no indication she was being grasped. He squeezed so hard that his knuckles hurt. She gave no response, not even a twitch. This excited him, the fact that she could not fight back and wasn't even aware of his presence, made him feel potent. It was like entering a bank vault and taking a treasure in broad daylight. His dull headache completely vanished. He could breathe easier. He lifted his shoulders and his back straightened. Ron didn't have to do the work other men had to endure to win a beautiful woman. He didn't have to become a movie star, earn a multi-million-dollar income through the stock market, become a CEO of a major corporation, become a rich doctor, or toil as a professional basketball player. He was just a janitor, and all he had to do was find the right moment and close Ashley's door. He wouldn't have to woo her with dinner, candles, wine, and gifts. He wouldn't have to ask permission or consider her feelings. He would just take her. This made him feel like a basketball superstar and a famous actor. It was a rush. He released his grip on her ankle and stroked it tenderly. Ashley made his job worth all the drug tests, security checks, toilet cleanings, vomit mop-ups, back-breaking endless moving of boxes, scrubbing floors, window cleanings, and idiot orders from the medical staff. If he no longer could see her, he would quit and find employment with better hours, more pay, more respect, and less work. Steps began falling on the floor somewhere down the hall. He pulled back the covers over Ashley's foot and hurried out, squeaking the defective-wheeled laundry cart past her room. He didn't want to be caught with the girl and questioned, possibly losing his chance to use her later tonight. Only half an hour from now, at 1:15 a.m., he would have the best time of his life.